is. See, you were right.
Go, buddy.
We're going up here.
Oh, that's okay. Josh likes to ride either way. Don't you, Josh?
Don't do that! Don't press those!
Hey, calm down. He's just a kid. Looks like we stopped.
Oh, look at you with your backdrop.
Where are you at? I can't see you yet.
You will now. Hold on. There you go.
There's Peter. I'm a big fan of yours. This is such a thrill. Thank you so much for joining me today. Serendipity, 20th anniversary.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Where did the time go? Now, Peter, you have to help me. Was there a television junket for Serendipity in New York?
Yeah.
We did a press day. I'm telling you, I did that junket. I have 25 years of beta tapes in storage. I know I was there for this junket. So it was like, I was there.
No, there was. I now remember. And it was in LA.
Okay.
And it was at a hotel in Beverly Hills.
Either Four Seasons or...
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I was there. I know I was there because...
Oh, nice. Great.
So I wish I could have dug through 25 years of beta tapes in storage and shown our interview from 20 years ago. But
that would have really made me happy, I'm sure.
I tell you, I'll make a commitment. I got my break coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to still find these interviews and put them up, and I'll tag you and I'll show you those.
No, I'd like to see them. It's good. Who'd have thunk it? 20 years later.
I know. Oh my gosh, 20 years later. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Did you ever think that this movie would become such a holiday favorite? I mean, it's a wonderful life of the 20th century, right?
Oh, that's a fantastic compliment. I mean, thank you, Jeffrey. I did and I didn't. I mean, it's the most fun I've ever had on a movie. It was the easiest movie I've ever made because I was just in the mood to have that kind of fun. And what I will say is that, and tell me if you agree, it doesn't seem to have dated, does it, that much?
I watched it recently, and no, absolutely not.
It's still... I was talking to you today and doing these press interviews. I watched it again last week. I thought, wow, this pace is good. And I'll tell you what it is. It's the balance between the him and her story. It's totally balanced. And, there were a lot of romantic comedies subsequent to that where, I mean, I got to be honest, I remember at the time thinking, these are kind of sexist, because they were just frat boys behaving badly. And the beautiful blonde, the crap hit the fan at the end of Act 2, and then all he had to do was apologize, and then you had a hit single and the credits, and that was the romantic comedy. And I think what's lovely about this is the balance. I mean, I tend to try to make my films not feel period specific anyway, even if they're in the present. I avoid contemporary references, and I'm amazed that it's endured like it has. I mean, obviously I'm pleased.
Well, 20 years is a great testament to show how it stood up, 2 decades. And, casting John Cusack, his career was on fire at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah. I had nearly worked with him. He had approached me to direct Grosse Pointe Blank, and I was really sorry not to have done that. I remember sitting in the cinema thinking I should have done this, and I want to work with John. And he was terrific. I loved his energy. I loved how fast he spoke. He and Jeremy Piven together, that kind of rat-a-tat, that history between them was very exciting, the energy. He was perfect. So was Kate. Kate was, the choice about Kate was making her English. That was what, to me, made the difference.
Yeah, she was just amazing. And, and after I grew up, I'm Generation X, Peter, so I watched SCTV, not Saturday Night Live growing up. And right. Eugene Levy has been just one of the greatest joys of this career, meeting with him, speaking with him, and Schitt's Creek also. I mean, the man is just a genius. And I think he just gives that extra special sparkle to Serendipity.
I couldn't agree more. I think when you've got someone as talented as he is, you can really push it, because it'll still be kind of truthful. And I did give him a note that John Cusack said is the most bizarre note any director has ever given an actor. And it was after he's persuaded John to buy a purple velvet suit, if you remember. and then Eugene reveals that he hasn't got the girl's information anyway. And Eugene said to me, what do I do now? And I said, well, you run back to your fortress, which is behind the counter. You can't come back here. You can't come back here. I said, but what you got to do, just tap him on the shoulder and say, chase me, and run. He said, no, really. I said, no, that's what you do. John said, that's the bizarrest note I've ever heard. I said, well, when the crew come back and we show it to the crew, if they laugh, it's in the movie. If they don't, it's not in the movie, and they all fell about. So it was lovely for me, because I was kind of fine tuning. They're all good at it, but it was, like I said, it was the most fun I've had on any movie. It was, you have to be in a good mood to make a romantic comedy. I think you're like the long running host to a cocktail party. Do you know what I mean? It's like, everyone okay?
Yes.
Have you got a drink? Did you sleep well? Have you tried the canapes? I mean, that's what makes it fizz. And when I looked at it last week, I thought, no, it is. It's got this fizz about it. It's good.
You seem so pleased with it too. That's so great, because directors are always changing things or are critical of themselves, but you just seem like 20 years later, you're just so happy with this film, and also considered one of the best rom-coms of all time. I mean, so it's just gained more popularity over the years. Bless you.
This is music to my ears. Look, what's not to like? I've had a weird career insofar as my range is. I suppose I've been typecast, and then I've been uncategorizable according to some critics. The last film I made did not have a laugh in it. It's a really dark thriller. It's all directing to me. And I look back at this and think, no, this was, I did it honestly to save my career, because I was coming off a film that was going to bring me down, to be honest. And I'm glad I did.
Well, Peter, congratulations on 20 wonderful years for Serendipity. I love the space between us. I have to mention that too. That's all. When I saw your name attached to that, I knew I was going to enjoy that too. So thank you, my friend. It's been a total thrill, and hope we talk again soon.
Yeah, it's nice to see you, Jeffrey. Happy Christmas and holidays.
You too. Thank you.